Hello, everybody. This is the Revolutionary Wrestling Podcast, and I am your current, reigning, defending 12-time champion, Tony fucking G. Like, share, subscribe, though. So, it's probably long enough after Mania. I wanted to come on right after Mania and tell you how sorry I am, how wrong I was, and eat a ton of crow, put some salt on my foot, and just swallow it whole about the whole Cody Rhodes thing. And I never got a chance to do that, so I figured at the top of this, yeah, it's probably time. I've been off my game ever since Chicken showed up, and I'm just going to blame it on him. You know, my predictions, picking matches, I've just been off ever since Chicken showed up, so I blame him 110%. I can't even blame Phil, because let's face it, Phil's never been on my level as champ. It is what it is. Look, now that I got the belt, I'm going to do everything I can to pick right and think with my head and not with my heart, because that's what I've been doing. I've got to remember, this is not the wrestling business that it was even a few short years ago, folks. So, from the bottom of my heart, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry I led you all down a path that was clearly wrong about Cody Rhodes being still signed with AEW. He was not. He really did come back to WWE. And you know what? He's been one of the best things on the show. I told you he wouldn't be in the world title picture. He's going to be the world champion before this multi-year contract he signed is up. Will he end up back in AEW? Yeah, absolutely. I think he will. I don't know. I'm guessing the window for his WWE run right now, 2 to 4 years. It's kind of what it feels like to me, at least at this given point. And with the announcement recently of Roman Reigns kind of taking on a Brock Lesnar role, a part-time schedule, if you will, it's feeling like they really kind of had this in mind. Now, did Cody know this? They speculated about this on Jim Cornette's Experience. Did Cody know that Roman was going to be taking some time off, on and off? Or was it just perfect timing? Because really, he could not have picked a better time to come back to WWE. And the comeback has been perfect. He's been presented like a star. He's been presented like the only real star since he's come back. His shtick in AEW that got convoluted with his own bullshit, he's not doing that here because he's not allowed to do that here. So it's really kind of worked. This has been the best Cody Rhodes I've seen in so damn long. I hope it doesn't end. I hope they don't fuck this up. That Cody, without the entourage, without Arn, without Brandy, without his own bullshit booking, this is working. And if they do eventually put the title on him, what I'm expecting is some form of show in Madison Square Garden. It's the long-awaited meeting between him and Roman Reigns. He's not going to win it. They're gonna do the angle where he almost wins it, but he doesn't. Just like they did to Dusty. And then eventually, yes, he will win the title. And then Roman will take an extended time to leave, because that's a smart thing to do. This is the way that Cody Rhodes wanted AEW to go. He wanted to go away, make a career for himself, and he did that. So when he came back, he'd be shoving it up Vince's ass even harder, and that's exactly what he's done here. So, you know, long term, I want to see so many different matches. You know, him and Edge, him and AJ Styles, him and Roman Reigns. It's all going to be fantastic. His stuff with Rollins has been really, really good. He's been doing some dark work with Kevin Owens. I'd like to see some more of that. There's so many guys right now on the roster that I would love to see Cody go up against. So whatever they do leading up to eventually him being in the world title picture, I'm here for it. It's really one of the only things that's worth watching on WWE's product currently. And that, there's really not been much. It's been pretty awful, not going to lie. Okay, next up, quick note. Last night at Raw, unexpectedly, Sasha Banks and Naomi kind of hand over their women's tag titles because they were pretty unhappy with what they're being given to do as the champions. They were supposed to be in a six-pack challenge. Sounds like some creative differences, let's just put it nicely, between the two of them and Vince and the other higher-ups led to them going, screw it. They handed the belts over. They walked out. I don't know what this means for them. I don't know where they'll go from here, but Naomi, I expect, will probably still be in the company. If anybody was actually going to leave, yeah, Sasha. I can't really blame her at this point. I know she's a head case and she's a pain in the ass to work with. We've seen that documented over her tenure, but honestly, like Naomi's with the Usos and Roman probably by the end of the year, storyline-wise. She's not going anywhere. Sasha, yeah, she could end up in AEW. She's got... I like Sasha Banks. I think she is a star if you present her correctly. But even when she was on top, WWE really hasn't treated her with a ton of respect, and nor she to them. So it's just been a bad relationship. So we'll see where this one goes. But I would say if anybody's going to end up leaving, it's going to be Sasha Banks, which might not be the worst thing for her, honestly, at this point. Last but not least, I do want to mention the MJF stuff. The talks of him potentially leaving AEW to come to the WWE. Again, I think it's a work. I think it is a work. I think this is him trolling the fan base that got so heated about Cody Rhodes leaving for WWE. It just makes perfect sense. Why wouldn't he do that? Why wouldn't he plant that seed? He is such a brilliant heel. This would be the thing that would really rile up the fans. And he's never not in character. Because this is him. MJF is MJF. The man that MJF was before MJF, he's gone. MJF is MJF. So this is a brilliant way to do that. But at the same time, he has to be pissed. Everything he's saying, yeah, he's probably trolling. Yeah, he's working. But it's still 100% true. The guy has to be frustrated because he's still making the original money when he came in when AEW was founded. Heading into the next Double or Nothing pay-per-view. Holy crap, can you believe we've had this many now? Yeah, I'd be pissed too if I were him because there are so many guys in this roster that are getting paid so much more that are doing nothing. Nothing. The Mark Henrys, the Big Shows, good Lord, Jon Moxley at this point is not worth it. Jericho clearly isn't worth it. Yeah, Daniel Bryan was worth it until we handcuffed him to a faction that's supposed to win some trios belts. Yank, fucking yank. MJF is their star, other than CM Punk. And Eric Bischoff kissed my ass on that. Jesus Christ, what a dumb thing to say. Return on investment. Punk's been one of the only good things about that show program. But MJF is the star. He is the superstar. He is a future world champion. Get to the point. Pay the man what he's worth, so you don't lose him come contract time. Because it could be a work, it could not be a work. It's probably both in this instance. MJF deserves every fucking penny. Pay the man what he's worth. You know it's the right thing to do. That's all I've got for you today, folks. I wanted to get something out there. We're heading into AEW Double or Nothing. We'll be seeing it real soon. Stay here, like, share, subscribe to the Revolutionary Wrestling Podcast because you're not going to want to miss our predictions and our coverage of AEW Double or Nothing 2022. I'm looking forward to most of that card. So tune into then to see what I have to say, to see me, hopefully, who am I kidding, to see me retain the Revolutionary Wrestling Podcast Championship once again and cement my legacy as the greatest of all time in RWP lore. Folks, I am Tony G, signing off, and I will see you next time.